Hello social workers, here is a complete video for you if you wish to choose social work as a profession. So this video will be of great use for you. Please go through it and watch it till end. Charity was the first form of social work practice in India. Charity means love and compassion for the poor and one's fellow man on the religious ground. Social work pioneer Jane Addams was one of the first women to receive a Nobel Peace Prize, which was awarded in 1931. Known best for establishing settlement houses in Chicago for immigrants in the early 19s. Addams was a dedicated community organizer and peace activist. Social work was once done by people selflessly as a mission, but changing times and social needs have made it a profession today. A good career can be made with social welfare work. Thousands of NGOs doing social work around the world have come into existence in this sequence. Moreover, according to the specialization of such activities, all the courses other than bachelor's and master's degree level are now being conducted by the universities and other institutions. Basically, this profession should be considered as social justice to bring the marginalized section of the society into the mainstream, to make efforts to uplift the standards of living of the downtrodden and deprived people, and to pave the way to people of every section of the society to develop according to their capabilities. This can also be seen as a commitment. In this sequence, apart from social security, giving them emotional support is also included. On the basis of my long experiences, let us review the social work profession and clarify what is social work and the scope of social work for those aspirants who are planning to choose social work their professional career. Social work is an academic discipline and practice-based profession that concerns itself with individuals, families, groups, communities, and society as a whole in an effort to meet basic needs and enhance or restore social functioning, self-determination, collective responsibility, optimal health, and overall well-being. Social functioning is defined as the ability of an individual to perform their social roles within their own self, their immediate social environment, and the society at large. Social work applies areas such as sociology, psychology, human biology, political science, health, community development, law, and economics to work with individuals across the lifespan, engage with client systems, conduct assessments, and develop interventions to solve social problems, personal problems, and bring about social change. Social work practice is often divided into micro work, which involves working directly with individuals or small groups. When the social worker and everyone around him, either he is an individual, a group, or community, feel content, that is the real social work. Now let's discuss about working area of social work. Like other work areas, now the era of specialization has come in the field of social work too. These specialized areas include medical and psychological social work based on rectification of criminals, human welfare work related to urban and rural community development, family and child development, rehabilitation, human rights and social duty, natural disaster rescue work. A special mention can be made for the work based on getting rid of during addiction, work related to removal of illiteracy, empowerment of women victims of domestic violence, social work related to rehabilitation of mentally and physically handicapped people, and so on. So far as government jobs are concerned, government department related to family planning and child development and social welfare, they give good job opportunities to social workers. There are so many institutions for developing public awareness on various issues like health, education in slum areas and rural areas, and many other social fields are there. Efforts are being made for the reformation of prisoners, including juvenile delinquents, rescuing patients suffering from health problems, So the social workers are required all in these efforts. Present era is full of competition in all the fields, in all the professions. There is a lot of competition. So same is with social work profession. For continuous growth in this profession, it is also necessary to be aware of updated informations of the related field of work. Apart from this, in a country like India, there is an obligation to do this work in very contrasting and opposite conditions. Those who have an inclination for this profession and wish to be a professional social worker, they should focus on their qualification. They should either go for some certification or graduation or post graduation in social work. Only then they can exist and grow in this field. So far as the admission procedure is concerned, generally due to limited number of seats in degree and post graduation level, admissions are made on the basis of selection test in reputed institutions. In this selection process, apart from the written examination, there is also a provision of interview. Mental ability and general awareness of the candidates are checked in the written examination and interviews. I will give you just an idea of the syllabus. This includes research, social science, ecology and social welfare, environment, contemporary social problems, community health and social population and gender aspects, human behavior, etc. can be mentioned. Apart from these, through study tours, one gets the opportunity to understand practical problems by living among the common people during the course. And I remember my time, I completed my MSW in 1979. We visited so many institutions during our fieldwork, like orphanages, leprosy homes, employment exchange, prisons, mental hospitals, general hospitals, rehabilitation centers for juvenile delinquents, and lot of other institutions and communities for the all-round knowledge of society. Let me bring some premier institute for social work education to your notice. Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi; Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Deonar, Mumbai; Shivaji University, Kolhapur; Nagpur University, Nagpur; University of Pune, Pune; Amravati University, Amravati; University of Bombay, Mumbai; Agra University, Agra; Lucknow University, Lucknow; Devi Ahilya University, Indore; Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra; and Punjab University, Patiala. These are some remarkable institutions for the education of social work. There are certain skills which are very much required in a professional social worker. These are mainly basic knowledge of human behavior, society and system, good rapport with colleagues. Social workers should be emotionally mature, rational and sensitive. Counseling skills, along with being a good listener, should also be a part of social workers' personality. Let's have a brief look on the pros and cons of social work as a profession. Helping others in this area gives you a different satisfaction. On the other hand, irregular work schedule, seeing people in miserable condition can also cause stress. A dedicated social worker gets immense pleasure in working with the groups in society. There are a lot of miserable and needy people in society who need the services of a social worker. Now it's up to the social worker how much dedication he has for his profession and how much helpful he can be for them by rendering his honest services. You can see the happiness on the face of this old lady by talking with the social worker. So a social worker has the guts to bring happiness on the faces. And this happiness of the miserable people increase their immunity and cures their physical problems and mental problems. There is a female social worker visiting a family having a young baby, and they are very stressed and tensed for the problem of their child, and with the help of her knowledge about the child development, this social worker can easily solve the problem of this couple and this child. Doctor is hardly having the time to prescribe the medicines. He's not having the time to do the counseling and solve the social problems related to the physical ailment. You can see a female social worker in the picture talking to a girl in the office. She is having certain problems regarding to the office, and she just can't share these problems with anyone, and she is unable to solve herself. So here is the social worker's role in going through her problem and giving the proper counseling and suggestions just to solve each and every problem of this girl. Now you can see the social worker talking with the senior citizen. Senior citizens too have their own problems, and they too need someone to solve their problems, to discuss with, and to get proper counseling and advice. Though they are having a long life experience, still the expert opinion of a social worker means a lot to them. Social worker solving the problem of a physically handicapped. You can see in this picture here a female social worker solving a jigsaw puzzle and gifting the smile on the face of this couple. Here is a male social worker discussing with an old person and sharing his problems and giving his expert opinion and counseling just to help him. Sometimes a happy couple too face certain problems in the life, and here is the role of a social worker. He or she can get a proper questionnaire filled by the couple and go through this to know the real problems between them, and then accordingly on the basis of his knowledge he or she can give the counseling and suggestions to make their life as happy as this was, and rather more happy. So these are certain reasons I would like to advise youth to take up social profession as a career. Whether you talk about social changes or economic or cultural, they have a positive or negative effect on the life and mind of all of us. Professional social workers have an important role in making the society normal once again. Especially in a country like India, there is a need for such trained professionals. I would like to make it very clear once again that this area is only for those who are really interested in strengthening the downtrodden class of the society. This area is equally good for the boys and girls, and there are good opportunities of campus selection too. In our time, though, there was no option of campus selection, but nowadays social work students not only get offer letters from NGOs but also from big corporate companies and MNCs before the completion of the course. Please like and share the video if you really like this, and don't forget to subscribe my channel Life is Precious. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice time.